All right, now for the fun part. We are going to start off with the swearing in of the WSBA Treasurer, Bren Peterson. I see we have Chief Justice Gonzalez on Zoom. Welcome, Chief Justice Gonzalez. I will turn this over to you for the swearing in ceremony.
Thank you. Thank you, President Cicchetti. Bren, are you ready to go forward?
I'm ready.
All right, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Bren Peterson,
I, Brand Peterson,
solemnly accept the call
solemnly accept the call
of the Board of Governors
of the Board of Governors
to serve as Treasurer of the Washington State Bar Association.
to serve as Treasurer of the Washington State Bar Association.
I promise I will strive to lead
I promise to strive in this role
my fellow members of the bar without bias or prejudice,
my fellow members of the bar without bias or prejudice,
favor, or preference.
favor, or preference.
I commit myself to diligently serve
I commit myself to diligently serve
the interests of justice,
the interest of justice,
equal justice for all,
equal justice for all,
the improvement of the law,
the improvement of the law,
the independence of the judiciary,
the independence of the judiciary,
and the public interest.
and the public interest.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Treasurer Bren Peterson, Governor Peterson, we have a certificate for you that we will present to you at the next Board of Governors meeting.
Thank you, President Cicchetti.
Next to be sworn in is WSBA President-elect Dan Clark.
All right. Dan Clark, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, President Cicchetti, I believe, is there an affirmation at the end and not repeating in this oath?
That's correct. If you would read the oath, and then Governor Clark, Treasurer Clark will, President-elect Clark will say his affirmation.
I accept that approach. Please raise your right hand. I will now read the oath. I, Dan D. Clark, solemnly accept the call of the Board of Governors to serve as President-elect of the Washington State Bar Association. I promise I will strive to serve my fellow members of the bar without bias, prejudice, favor, or preference. I commit myself to diligent service of the interests of justice, equal justice for all, the improvement of the law, the independence of the judiciary, and the public interest.
I do, yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
President-elect Clark, will you come up and accept your certificate? All right, next up we have the swearing in of WSBA President Brian Tollefson.
Are you prepared to proceed?
I am, Your Honor.
Please repeat after me. I, Brian Tollefson,
I, Brian Tollefson,
solemnly accept the call of the Board of Governors
solemnly accept the call of the Board of Governors
to serve as President of the Washington State Bar Association.
to serve as President of the Washington State Bar Association.
I promise I will strive to lead
I promise I will strive to lead
my fellow members
my fellow members
of the bar without bias or prejudice,
of the bar without bias or prejudice,
favor, or preference.
favor, or preference.
I commit myself to diligently serve
I commit myself to diligently serve
the interests of justice,
the interests of justice,
equal justice for all,
equal justice for all,
the improvement of the law,
the improvement of the law,
the independence of the judiciary,
the independence of the judiciary,
and the public interest.
and the public interest.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief Justice.
You're welcome.
President-elect Thompson, will you come up and accept your oath?
Well, first, as a matter of personal privilege, I'd like to thank, first of all, the many friends and a couple of family members I see online. Both my children are online watching this, as are a lot of good family friends of ours, my wife's and mine. And I want to thank them all for taking the time out of their schedules to log in and watch me get sworn in. And I want to, of course, thank my wife, Linda, who is here in the room, actually videoing this, but I want to thank her for her encouragement of my public service career through the years. She's the one who said, "Hey, why don't you run for the Board of Governors?" Which started my my journey forward, and I really appreciate her support throughout these endeavors. And it's been a wonderful experience, and I am looking forward to the opportunity and challenge. Thank you.
All right, next up is the swearing in of the WSBA governors. We're going to do these all at once, so we'll have Governor-elect Adewale, Governor-elect, I guess, Angeville, Governor-elect Clark, Governor Sayani, who will be appearing by Zoom, Governor Stevens also appearing by Zoom, and Governor-elect Couch.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll have everyone raise your right hands. Governor Clark may also affirm at the end if he prefers to handle it that way as he did the previous oath. You'll raise your right hands. I state your name.
I, Serena Sayani,
Solemnly accept the election of my fellow members
solemnly accept the election of my fellow members
of the bar
of the bar
to the Board of Governors
to the Board of Governors
of the Washington State Bar Association.
of the Washington State Bar
Bar
Association.
Association.
I promise to serve the public
I
I
promise to serve the public
and represent the legal profession
and
and
represent
represent the
the
legal
legal
profession
profession
and the law
and
and
the
the
law
law
with unbiased opinion,
with
with
unbiased
unbiased opinion,
opinion,
mature judgment, and enlightened conscience.
mature judgment, and enlightened conscience.
During my term,
During
in my term,
I will strive to fulfill
I will
I will
strive
strive to fulfill
the mission of the Washington State Bar Association
the mission
mission
of
of
the
the
Washington
Washington
State
State Bar
Bar
Association
Association
and to improve the standards
and to
and to improve the standards
and conditions of practice
and
and conditions of practice
of Washington licensed legal professionals,
of Washington licensed legal professionals,
promote justice for all,
promote justice for all,
and promote the openness and diversity of the bar.
and promote the openness and
and
diversity of the bar.
bar.
Congratulations. And Governor Clark,
Hey, the senators, would you come up to the front of the table over here, and we'll take your picture and give you your oath.
At the 1895 swearing in and photography ceremony, each governor had to stand for 10 minutes straight at the camera while it developed.
That was great color commentary, Rajiv.
Past presidents have to do something, so.
You again.
Well, I enjoyed
Congratulations to all of our new governors. Chief Justice Gonzalez, thank you to you for your help today and swearing in our fine new governors for their service for the next 3 years.
You're welcome. I look forward to working with you, and I'll take my leave now.
Thank you, Chief. All right, with that, no further business on our agenda for tonight, other than dinner is served next door. Is that correct? Now? 5 p.m.? Okay, 5 p.m. dinner next door, and we'll see you all there. Yeah, President-elect Clark had a great idea that perhaps we could take photos of the officers for the 2020, 2021 year, and also perhaps a photo of everyone. Communications Chief. All right, so let's do that right after we adjourn for today. And we'll be back in session tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So we'll adjourn. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.